Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I was up quite early this morning, as you can see by my hair. I was scrolling, like 2:30 in the morning. Anyway, I found this picture, and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder. So I'm going to show you the picture, and there's going to be two in a row, and you tell me what you think. So what do you think about that? It's not, a reborn doll. We all know that, but it has similar characteristics, don't you think? Like dark hair, little arms, little fingers curled up. What do you think? Do you think her old doll looks like the new one? Oh, and I found another one. It was actually a video clip, but I figured I'd just take a picture because it's at Ryan's house, so you don't need to see all that. Nobody needs to see all that, trust me. So you tell me what you think after I show you this picture. This is at Ryan's house before she left, before the divorce, back when they were happy, okay? Check it out. So where do you think that little outfit came from? And who do you think the little outfit was for? Hanging in Gypsy's closet. If I buy a gift for somebody, like it's a little baby thing, clothes thing, I don't think I'd mush it up in the closet with my stuff. I'd make sure it has a nice little, clean little space for itself. Not touching grown-ups' clothes, so that because in your head you're thinking it's purified or something if it's not touching our stuff, right? So here's hers all mashed up in the closet with her stuff, and she's looking through her closet for something, but she pays no attention to this thing. She doesn't look at the camera and say, oh, look at this, like a friend bought me this for, in the future or something. Nada. Crickets. She says nothing about this outfit being in her closet. This was back before she even said she was pregnant. It doesn't make sense to me. This girl baffles my mind almost every time I find out a little something about her. Something else goes off. I swear to God. No wonder I'm ADHD following her. Holy cow, you need to be, I think. Because you're looking at this doll, and then you see the picture of the onesie, and you're like, squirrel. That was me this morning. That was my squirrel, the outfit. And I was just like, she took the Plan B pill. Did she, though? Because they've got to be prescribed to you. You just don't go to the pharmacy and pick one up. A doctor has to prescribe that to you. And I don't remember that happening in that season. I just remember her and Mia going to get it, but they never said where they were getting it. You never saw her take it. I don't think. I don't remember, but I don't think you saw her take it. Right? So I have a viewer who has a theory. Okay? She thinks that Gypsy was pregnant when she left Ryan, that she was already pregnant, and that she possibly lost the baby. And because Lifetime was going with the fact that she was going to be pregnant and everything, they kind of made her go through with it for the show's sake. Now, I don't know what I think about that theory. I think the miscarriage part could probably happen, sure. I've had one. A lot of women's had miscarriages, and a lot of women have had miscarriage and didn't even know they had a miscarriage because it was that soon in the pregnancy. You know what I mean? It was just like a late period that came, maybe stress. Somebody, you're always putting some word on it, right? When it's late. At least when, you're scared that it's late. It's like, oh, I'm just stressed, I got to calm down a little bit. My blood pressure's high, and all that. 2 months later, you're like, oh, jeez. Thank God those days are over for me, man. I tell you. I actually loved being pregnant, though. I really did. I had no problem with it because you know why? I knew where my baby was at all times. You know what I mean? He was always there with me wherever I went, whatever I did, he was there. You know? So I think that's one of the reasons I loved to be pregnant. And when he came, of course, I loved, him even more, obviously. But when my older son had to go to the hospital for his asthma, he had pneumonia, so he had to stay there a week in the hospital, and I was staying with him, and my newborn was with my mother for the night, and then I took him for the day, and she stayed with my other son in the hospital during the day, and then we switched. I mean, me and my mom were tag teaming while my son was in the hospital, but it was driving me freaking nuts. I broke down crying more than once because I was missing my baby. I needed him near me. So, and then when I broke down to the doctor and said, could he come home and I can give him the medication and stuff at home? Oh, she yelled at me and says, oh, you don't care if your son gets better? You want him to leave the hospital still sick? And I cried. I was 3 weeks postpartum and I broke down in tears. And I said, I have a newborn at home. I says, I need to tend to him, and I need to tend to my other son, my older son. And she was the meanest nurse. That was the one that tried to put the needle up his thumb too. The same nurse. After that, I told the doctors I don't ever want her with my son again. Ever. Gone. I don't care. She has credentials coming out the a-hole. She ain't touching my kid again. Anyway, back to Gypsy. Okay. So, what do you think about my viewers' theory? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Let me know what you think about this this outfit in Gypsy's closet. And then let me know what you think about the doll. We got so much to talk about today, guys. So, you got opinions galore. Pick one, choose one. Tag team, I don't care. Write it all down. I want to hear it all. Alright, guys? So, that's my video for this morning. If you like and subscribe, it helps me in the algorithm, please. If you want to become a member, we have monthly contests where you're going to win a piece of merch. So I've already had my first winner. Sintaz won her first prize. But I'm not going to tell anybody what it is yet until I receive it. And then we're going to do an unveiling of my new merch. All right? If you want to throw me a super chat, it's in my bio. You can do the super chat the same way you would do like the members. But it'll tell you super chat instead. Right? Or you can buy me a coffee. It's also down in my bio. All proceeds go back into the channel because I need a laptop. I can't be doing this on my phone forever. I'm going to need a laptop, and I'm saving up. I'm desperately saving up for a laptop. I had a laptop, but you know what? It gets old, and then you don't use it anymore, and then it's like so outdated, and everything needs to be revamped and everything. You're just like, ugh. That was my last laptop. Then I started doing everything on the phone. I was like, well, what do you need a laptop for? Then I started YouTube. I need a laptop. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Everything in this video is my thoughts, opinions, and or alleged. Bye, guys.